You shan't find anything better in all Tucson.
A witcher. That could be trouble.
I have a matter of prime urgency and import. I must...
Your wound. Feeling better?
It's healing splendidly, though I am to avoid trouble for some time. To be frank, that is precisely why I wish to speak with you.
Want me to stand in for you? Take on some trouble on your behalf?
That could very well be the case. You see, there is a maiden, nay, a lady. I suspect someone's cast an ill spell upon her. A curse, perhaps.
Let me guess. She suddenly grew cold, haughty, and distant, though the night before she was flirtatious and alluring.
Tut tut, Witcher. You jest, yet the matter is grave. Though true, the lady in question is dear to my heart. I shall not deny it. I fear she has fallen victim to ill magic, and knows no one she could turn to for help.
What makes you think she might be cursed?
You must keep all I say to yourself, I beg you. I would never dare to be so indiscreet normally, yet I'm troubled about her, for her. Vivienne shuns the company of others. Though the fairest maid at court, she keeps men at a distance. I thus determined I would resort to trickery.
Trickery? That even befitting of a knight?
In war, yes.
Then suddenly,
mid-speech, from her mouth there flew a most hideous shriek. I stopped stone cold in my tracks while she turned red, then promptly ran off. I did not give chase, that time. I attempted to approach her on several ensuing occasions, to learn what had happened, for I feared she had become entangled in some trouble. I noted that often, come night, she ventures into the woods, where I've seen her walk about a glade near a pool. I've striven on occasion to follow her, but lost track each time. It seemed then she'd melted into the air.
Bruxa.
sound you heard. She might have just had a sore throat.
Had I thought it possible the sound was natural, I never would have taken up your precious time.
Notice any other strange behavior? Additional symptoms?
No, Vivien's avoided me wholly since the first encounter. But folk gossip.
What about?
They say she's secretive, that no one ever sees her after dusk, that she's wont to suddenly disappear.
Nothing unusual about any of that. Tell me more about Vivienne. Who is she? What's her story?
She's Her Enlightened Highness's lady-in-waiting. Her mother was a lady-in-waiting. Her father, a knight. That is all I've learnt, for the Duchessa grows angry when asked about her. Vivienne spends her days within the palace walls. Yet we are in luck, for she has been named the tourney's patroness this year. Thus, each participant will be granted an audience with her.
Got a problem then. See, I'm not a participant.
I've devised a solution already. You shall take my place in the lists and thus gain the chance to speak to her. I was looking forward to winning the tourney, very much so. Yet for Vivienne, I am prepared to sacrifice anything.
Hardly a regular job, this. Not often I gotta take part in a tourney to fulfill a contract. Fee can't be anything ordinary either.
I'm no magnet to command heaps of coin, but naturally I shall award you a just amount. How much do you demand? I have comrades I can ask. They would surely lend me coin, yet even that would not be enough. Could you not lower your fee somewhat? I have comrades I can ask. They would I have comrades I can ask. I have comrades I can ask. I have comrades I can ask. They... Agreed. That is an amount I can indeed muster.
This tourney, how's it work exactly?
It is the year's grandest and most important contest. Knights from all corners come to face off for the grand prize, and more importantly, for glory. A demanding test of knightly prowess and horsemanship, marksmanship and fencing. I qualified for the first time, had great hopes of winning. Yet...
Yeah, I get it. Anything for Vivian. Fine, I'll look into it. Gotta admit, piqued my curiosity.
I shall be forever in your debt. Now, we must ensure you are not eliminated from the tourney before you can meet Vivian.
Meaning?
Could you show me how you shoot, ride and fight, perchance? And you must learn the tourney rules, know how to apply them in practice. I did not mean to suggest I doubt your abilities. Everyone must train, even a witcher. Besides, the tourney contests must surely differ, require skills you don't usually apply, races above all. The choice is yours. Where shall we start?
Marksmanship. Feel I need to do some shooting.
Come with me. The marksmanship contest shall pit you against another for the best time and score. He who hits all his targets first wins.
Hope my aim's as good as that Cupid's who shot you.
Sometimes when you speak, I miss the meaning entirely. Hit the red targets. Once more.
Done enough shooting.
Where to now? If you wish to know my thoughts, were I you, I would train on the race course ahead of all else.
Let's do some riding. Roach will like that.
Excellent idea. Come with me. The tourney's race differs from others you might have taken part in. You shall not ride against any opponent.
How's it a race at all, then?
It's a race against time. The true track begins in the arena, runs round the tourney grounds, then finishes again in the arena. The training track, however, lies beyond the arena. We shall go there now.
Holy shit, nice.
But I did.
Must I go to the United Cup out this doors?
All is ready. Now listen, for it can be quite a challenge. Along your route stand dummies and targets. The dummies you may cut with your blade. The targets you must hit from your crossbow. The time you have to complete the course shall increase each time you land a strike, be it with blade or bolt. It may sound simple enough, yet I've seen many a knight fail this contest and hang his head in shame. During the race proper, judges throughout the course shall tally your points. For now you may ride unperturbed by those matters.
That's it, Roach. Hey, Run, Roach. Not so fast, Roach.
So, have you had enough, or do you wish to ride again?
No harm in going again. Practice makes perfect, even for witchers. Take it easy. Move it.
Will you give it another go? I can set out more dummies.
No harm in going again.
ก๊อปปี้อีโคน่ามาสุดๆเลยนะยากมันไม่ได้ออกแบบมาให้ทำแบบเซลดาได้
Slow now.
So, have you had enough, or do you wish to ride again?
แกกินหมดเลยเหรอป้าแล้วก็อุ่นเพื่อ
3 ตัวเหรอ
เออ
ใช่ มันผิด สูตรด้วยอ่ะ คือพอแบบมันบิดไปแล้วไม่เห็นเลขอ่ะ มันเลยแบบเตายังไม่ร้อนพอ แล้วย่าง10 นาทีออกมามันแค่ดีฟรอสต์แต่มันยังไม่ถึงขนาดกรอบขนาดนั้น
No sign of impact. Probably not an
เดี๋ยวคราวหน้า
accident.
ทำให้ใหม่
Sir Shake's lock.
Blazes. How'd you get in? Get out. I know nothing. Don't wish to know anything. Understand? No, out.
Not gonna hurt you.
That demon sent you. I'm sure of it.
คนตาบอดเหรอ
What demon?
Feigned ignorance. Please. You know. Gaunter.
ชาญนี้ไปหย่อนเชือกให้เรามาเข้าประตูหลังมหาลัย
Incarnate.
แต่เราก็ฆ่าทหารไปนิด
Sent
หน่อย
me, but he is why I'm here. I'm a witcher.
A mutant.
What
Yeah,
พอสให้หน่อย
could be.
Oh god
No harm in going again. Practice makes perfect. Hey-ya! Whoa!
ต้องทำทั้งหมุนกล้องทั้งแบบกดปุ่มหลายๆปุ่มพร้อมๆกันอย่างนี้มันไม่โอเคเลยนะ ไม่ยอมให้เปลี่ยนปุ่มด้วย
Not so fast, Roach.
ต้องทั้งบังคับทิศทางทั้งบังคับกล้อง กดปุ่มแบบ4-5 ปุ่มพร้อมๆกันอย่างนี้มันบ้าไปละแล้วยิง
Will you
ก็
give
ไม่
it
ใช่ว่าจะ
another
แม่น
go?
เหมือนแบบ
I
ที่
can
เล็ง
set
ด้
up
วย
more dummies.
No.
พี่ชอบประหยัดไฟกัน
Run, Roach.
ก็ไม่ใช่ว่าจะโดนง่ายเลยนะ
Let's go.
ฉันว่าฉันต้องไม่ทำอันเนี้ยมันต้องใช้เวลานานเป็นหลายชั่วโมงเลยกว่าจะเก่ง ฉันยังแทบจะฟันไม่โดนสักอันเลยเนี่ย
ยอมรับเถอะว่าอิสชีพตอบกลับ
มันไม่ได้ทำให้เล็งโดนง่ายๆเลยนะ
นั่นแหละฝืนเลย
Int. Yeah,
โอ้ย
could be.
Why are there guards outside your door? You a prisoner?
Protective custody. That's the phrase. Protective. When I cannot decide my own fate, cannot breathe without their permission.
What do they want from you?
You may not be aware, but I'm one of the foremost experts on the occult. Living experts, that is. My mentor was the outstanding Professor Lionel Van...
And you're cooperating with the witch hunters now?
Cooperating? As if I had a choice. They're ignorant. But not enough to ignore what I know about magic, witches, sorceresses, what have you. Knowledge they use for barbaric ends. But that's beyond my
เรา
control.
จำไม่ได้เมื่อวานว่าทำไมเราถึงไปหาโอเกียดเลยไม่ได้นะ
Came here because I need information. Think you might be the only man who has it.
A witcher. Then it follows I needn't fear. I'm hardly a post-conjunction creature.
มีใครไม่รู้แนะ
Did
นำว่าให้มา
Lord
หา
Von
สามี
Everett
ก่อน
want from you?
I curse the day I first set eyes upon the man. He appeared at my doorstep one day, offering a sack of gold were I only to find out who Gaunter O'Dim is and how to get rid of him. I agreed. Such matters are my speciality. And I needed the coin. I pored over countless tomes, delved into obscure incidents and analysed folk legends. I went so far as to travel to Nilfgaard, the library there, where at last I hit upon the mysterious entity's trail. There are records of encounters dating back thousands of years in many cultures under many names, but always as evil incarnate. In this land we call him Gaunter O'Dim, at times Master Mirror or the Man of Glass. In deciphering the ancient scrawlings I went blind, yet I learned a great deal. For example, that he plays with his victims and thrives on pacts above all else, seemingly harmless contracts which drive their parties to madness.
What's with the surroundings? These runes, what do they mean?
They protect me. Here, evil cannot touch me.
How do you know?
Told me himself. Paid me a visit once. Fascinating. I was blind already, but saw him clearly. He smiled. Said he was honoured I'd taken such an interest in him. He wished to thank me and explained he'd taken a similar interest in me. He drew the circle and said I'd be safe within it. His way of repaying me, you see.
Ever tried to leave it?
If you'd heard how he said it, you'd
Remember me
be as
telling
certain
you.
as I am what leaving would bring.
Know anything else about the man?
Gaunter O'Dim is no man. He is evil. Evil which assumes various forms. Forget about him or die.
You're alive.
Alive. Yet I live in constant fear, born of what I've learned about him.
Alive ได้ดูอยู่แค่ในวงกลมนี่มัน alive ตรงไหน
You'd sign one of these pacts with him.
Brilliant deduction. Have you guessed why? You must know that he came from a wealthy, influential line. He must have, if the family of his betrothed accepted him. Yet did you know his fortune soured? He himself became an outcast, impoverished. Iris's family, a powerful house, could not accept this, would not marry their daughter to a nobody. Olgierd wished to elope. The further away, the better. Yet Iris refused to cut her family ties.
Quite the predicament.
Indeed. Their luck turned yet darker when a wandering witch mentioned a solution. A man who would grant any wish. His name, Master Mirror. The rest follows naturally. Olgierd and O'Dim, a meeting at a crossroads, a wish, a pact signed in blood, and a price to be paid. Olgierd was to sacrifice one he loved. O'Dim delights in difficult choices. He knew Olgierd loved two in this world, his betrothed and his brother, Vladimir. Olgierd chose, and soon thereafter married his beloved Iris, his fortune restored.
So did Olgierd kill his own brother?
No, no. Deduce, Witcher. O'Dim acts directly or indirectly. Olgierd merely signed the blood letter. The next day, his brother was dead.
ไม่คิดนานจังมันก็แค่ต้องถามข้อสามป่ะ
Olgierd tell you all that?
He had to. How else was I to diagnose his case?
Make it sound like an illness.
It is worse. Many illnesses are treatable, but play with evil, and medicine can be much harder to find.
Why was Olgierd out to get rid of O'Dim? He'd gotten what he wanted.
Had he? His heart had turned cold as ice. His feelings for his wife, for whom he'd sacrificed his brother, had withered. He'd lost all he'd loved. Had he wanted any of this? No. Odim grants what you wish, not what you want. All who sign a pact learn the difference. You die by it.
All? No way to get rid of him?
Kill him, you mean? Kill evil? No. Yet the annals tell of a man who dissolved his pact by defeating Odim at his own game.
Meaning?
Odim wields contracts, word traps, duels of wits. Challenge him to such a duel. He'll agree, and can be beaten. But remember, there is only ever one stake. Sole thing he truly desires. Human souls.
โคตรดีดีเลย
Odim left a mark on my face. Any way to get it off?
A mark? No mention in the tomes. Strange. Unless it will disappear once your pact is fulfilled.
If I challenge him, end the pact that way, will it go away?
That I do not know. The one man who succeeded bore no mark.
Thanks. Helped me a lot.
Good. Very good. Oh, to feel useful after so many years locked up, living in fear. Why, it's pleasance itself.
โอดินบอกหมันใต้ถ้ามันจู่รู้
สิ่งที่ตาย
ทำให้มึงออกจากวงกลมเองก็ได้ฉันสู้กับไอ้นี่ใหม่เพราะมันมี achievement ที่ว่าต้องชนะแบบโดยที่แบบโดนลุมพร้อมกัน6 คนคราวก่อนฉันแบบสู้ทยอยสู้ไงมันเลยชนะง่ายแต่โดน6 ลุม 1ก็ยังไหวอยู่โดยวิธีนั้นน่ะนะวิธีเดิมนั่นแหละแล้วฉันก็เลยไป
You were to serve Iris until the end of her days.
อันนี้คือเลือกคุยแบบ
And did old
Not much.
ไม่เอาดอกไม้คืน
I can't take the rose.
Is it not what you came for?
Can't force Iris into oblivion. She thinks and feels still, and she's no danger to anyone but intruders.
Look at her. Look at her world. She's doomed to relive the painful past eternally. Take the rose. Show her mercy.
What should I do? What do you want me to do?
I do not know what I want. I'm so very, very afraid.
You too. You want me to take the rose, trying to convince me. Why?
We want to help Iris von Everett. And you.
Generous demons? I don't buy it. Because you are demons, right? You were to serve Iris until the end of her days. End didn't come with her death, so you were sentenced to stay in the world of her torment for all time. can't break the contract yourselves, so you need me to do it for you. If I take the rose, Iris will cease to exist, but you'll also be freed.
You're right. But are we wrong to want that? Our intentions are pure.
We're but bit players in this tragedy. A performance has gone on too long. We can't help the mistress, and her fate no longer moves us.
Can we be blamed for simply wanting to leave the stage?
I won't decide your fate. I can't accept the rose.
Will you leave empty-handed? What about your task?
Rose stays with Iris.
So that is how it's to be. Perhaps in the years to come, another will appear to free us.
I don't know that you've chosen wisely. And though I feel no gratitude, I'll not send you away empty-handed. Look, the petal edges darken. The flower closes and I am overcome with sleep. Good night, stranger. You must leave. The rose awaits outside this world, while I descend once more into my dream of what was. Olgid, I wish to be with Olgid, to gaze into those eyes the devil would be proud to have.
Farewell.
ชอบผู้ชายเร็วๆก็อย่างนี้แหละ
เขาก็ไม่ได้เลวเขาก็แค่ พยายามจะใช้ทางลัดในการคู่ควรแต่งงานกับเรา
แต่ทางลัดที่ว่าคือเอาน้องชายมาสังเวยเนี่ยนะยังไม่เลวพอใช่ไหม
ไม่ เพราะว่าเขาโดนปีศาจล่อลวงไม่ใช่น้องชาย
Hayton has changed.
น้องชาย
With Rose there now. And Iris, ready to see her husband again.
ไอ้พาร์ทที่ถือว่าไม่เลวคือพาร์ทที่ฆ่าพ่อเยนี่ต่างหากเพราะตอนนั้นน่ะคือโดนสาปไปเรียบร้อยแล้วกลายเป็นฮาร์ดออฟสโตนไปแล้วแต่ตอนที่เอาน้องชายไปสังเวยนั่นน่ะยังไม่โดนอะไรนะยังไม่โดนของตัดสินใจด้วยตัวเอง
มันไม่ได้บอกว่าจะเอาน้องไปสังเวยมันแค่ถามว่าแบบรักใคร
จะบอกว่ามันจะเดาไม่ออกเลยเหรอว่าน้องมันจะต้องตาย
ก็ไม่รู้ว่าน่าจะโง่ก็ได้
ไม่มีทางคาแรคเตอร์มันไม่ได้โง่สักนิดเดียว
ไม่ต้องตัดเอาลูกไอริสไปด้วยวะ
ก็มันมีกุหลาบอยู่ไงกุหลาบม่วง
อยู่ในถืออยู่ในมืออย่างเงี้ยหรอ
ใช่
โอ้ my god
อะไรเมื่อกี้ฟังเขาพูดไม่รู้เรื่องเหรอ
ฉันมองไม่เห็นว่ามันมีกุหลาบในมือฉันก็ดูแต่คนฉันไม่เห็นกุหลาบ
ก็เขาบอกอยู่แล้วว่ามันจะมีว่าจะให้กุหลาบที่รูปภาพ
ไม่เขาบอกว่าจะกุหลาบจะลอยอยู่ที่โลกภายนอกไม่ใช่หรอ ฉันก็นึกว่าจะมีกุหลาบแบบร่วงลงมาจากฟ้าแล้วก็ดึงแล้วก็เอามือมารับเป็นแสง
ส่วนอันนี้คือ achievement แต่งตัวเป็นชาวอาหรับไม่มีอะไรมาก อันนี้ก็มหาชานี้ไม่รู้เป็นความคิดใครที่ให้มหาชานี้ไม่ก็อาจจะเป็นความคิดปีศาจมั้ง
ก็ไอหัวโล้นเป็นคนบอกว่าให้มาหา
นั่นแหละปีศาจบอกให้มาเองทั้งที่ไม่ถ้าไม่มาก็ไม่มีเรื่องแล้วแท้
Oh, I
Pisad,
wanted to
man,
ask you
yeah,
something.
Ask me now.
Just curious. You ever play Gwent?
Oh, Geralt. Geralt. Of course I play. What else is there to do come evening when one's among soldiers? Come on, let's lay them out.
ๆขำอาการนางอะโอเคเรา ก็เลยอัดเอาไว้
Old friend. So you're good. So good, I'd say you spend more time chatting up folk for games than you do on serious matters.
Nah, got lucky, that's all.
Likely. But here, I dare say, a formidable card from an old friend. So you won't have to rely entirely on luck.
ได้การ์ดโอเกียนมาจ้า
ต้องเราจะได้เล่
Finally
นกับ
some
โอ
time
เกีย
to
น
talk. Tell me where you've been.
เล่นไปแล้ว
What you've done since you left Vizima.
After our paths
ได้
diverged,
การ์ดอะไรมาก็ไม่รู้ลืม ได้การ์ด
well, the piece was brief, but I used it well.
กบใช่ไหม
Went
เออ
back to
ใช่
Oxenford,
ใช่กบ
completed my doctorate, then I
ถ้าไม่
believe
กบก็
I
ต้อง
did
โอ
time
ดีม
in
อ่ะ
every field hospital and medic's tent north of the Yaruga.
Never could stand to be idle.
I'm not a witcher. Not likely to live 150 years. My time's much shorter. So I try to use every bit wisely.
Always did
ก็
know
คือ
what
อายุ
you
เยอะ
wanted.
กว่าคนปกติเท่าหนึ่ง
True. Nothing's
ต
changed
อน
in
นี้อายุ
that sense.
90 ก็แปลว่าถ้าเป็นคนจริงๆก็สัก 45
Gotta say, wedding was a great idea. Rarely have a chance to rest, get away from it all. Did me good to do just that.
I'm a medic. I tend to know what I'm doing when I prescribe something.
Hope Vladimir's antics weren't too annoying.
Peculiar man. Ghost, true. But I found him likable. Wager he was a real hoot when he was alive.
Said you needed to think things over. Have you?
Yes. I decided you're incredibly sweet, but
But we're better off keeping things as they were.
you're always going places, and they're likely to ship me off soon. Besides, we tried once, and you know how that worked out.
You're right. But promise to share a bottle of wine with me from time to time.
Of course. I tell you what, I'll keep one handy.
เรชั่นชิพแบบผู้ใหญ่
It's an hour ago. Believe.
มาถึงตอนแบบท้องฟ้ากำลังเป็นแบบนี้พอดี แล้วมันก็เข้าคัสซีนให้เป็นแบบนี้เช่นเดียวกัน
Strange choice of locale. Guessing there's a reason for it.
สรุปไม่ได้เอาดอกจริงมา เอารูปมา
ไม่อันนี้เอาดอกจริงมา
You're an art lover. Thought you'd appreciate the place.
A witcher with aesthetic sensibility. Forgive my disbelief.
คือฉันต้องเล่นเอาอาชีพเมนต์อยู่แล้วก็เลยถือโอกาสดูไป
I
เลยว่าเป็น
believe
ยัง
you
ไง
have
ต่อ
something for me.
ในรูปแบบอื่น
Fulfilled the third wish.
How do I know this to be the rose? Very well might have picked this up at the Oxenford market an hour ago.
Look closely at it. Got it from Iris. It was the last thing that bound her to this world.
What?
Decided she'd treat you like you once treated her. The rose is a symbol of your parting, and a punishment.
I suppose I deserve that. Iris. What a mess we made of it all. If I'd only known then how it would end. What's happening? I feel as though the hot irons pierce my chest.
Sorry to have kept you waiting. to see everyone's How do you feel, Von Emmerich? A little less troubled? Lighter in the heart?
Or Dib, what do you want?
What do you mean, what? Your soul.
You forget. The pact states you can take it only once you've fulfilled 3 wishes and...
And we stand together on the moon. Well, what do you know?
What? No. We had a pact. The moon is there. There! Not here.
I gave you what you wished for. Here, on the moon, our contract you fulfilled.
Boss, you cheated me.
I never cheat.
Wait.
Do not interfere, Witcher. Remember what I did to the last fool who interrupted me.
You grant wishes, right? Grant mine and release him.
He must repay his debt.
Let him go, and I'll take it on. We'll call it mine.
You wish to give your soul for his?
No, but we can play for them. I lose, you take mine and Olgierd's.
แล้วแม่ก็
If
มาให้
I
ใส่
win, you release us
ห้องเนี่ย
both.
นะ
ไม่มีสามัญ
What
ดำ
do
เนิน
you
เลย
propose we play?
หน้ากากก็ไม่ใส่อยู่ๆเข้ามาไม่ให้ตั้งตัว
No.
เยี่ยมจริงเลย
Maybe we can bet on a challenge. You know I'm good at
เปิด
it.
เครื่องฟอกอากาศซะหน่อยอาจจะพอช่วยได้นิดนึง
แต่มันไม่มีไฟอ่ะ
แกกดเยอะไปเมื่อกี้มันทำได้แล้ว
ก็มันไม่มีไฟอยู่ดีอะ
นี่
มันไม่ได้มีไฟอยู่บนด้านบน
ไม่ใช่ข้างบนนี่คืออะไรก็ไม่รู้ เซนเซอร์มั้ง
แต่เฮลดีไซน์
Pushing the impossible. See me do it.
Very well. But we shall do this my way.
มันคุยอะไรกันอะ
But if I win,
You interrupted me.
you grant wishes, right? Grant mine and release him.
He must repay his debt.
Let him go, and I'll take it on. We'll call it mine.
You wish to give your soul for his?
No, but we can play for them. I lose, you take mine and Olgierd's. But if I win, you release us both.
What do you propose we play? Gwent?
Don't
พยักหน้า
Maybe we can bet.
มาเลยเกวนน่ะ
Challenge. You know I'm good at accomplishing the impossible. See me do it.
Very well. But we shall do this my way.
What's happening?
You wish to play, so let us play. I shall tell you a riddle. Solve it, and both you and Olgierd will be free.
And if I don't?
Then we'll all three go for a wild ride. It's what you proposed, is it not?
The riddle. Let me hear it.
To all things and men I appertain, and yet by some am shunned and
แค่
disdained.
ว่าอะไรนะ
เรื่องใส่ตัว
Fondle me and ogle me.
ไม่ต้องช่วยมันด้วยซ้ำความจริง
ฉัน
อะ
ไม่มีทาง
But no blow can harm
มีแต่
me,
มิเลน
cause
เทีย
me
ที่จะแบบ
pain.
โลเพลย์เป็นอย่างเงี้ยในเดือนดี
หาเรื่องใส่ตัวจัด
ใช่แต่มันจะมีคนที่แบบว่า
Elders
เล่น
take
เป็นฮีโร่
fright, fair maids
แล้วคนจะมา
rejoice
คาดหวัง
and
ว่าฉันจะมา
spin.
อยากเป็นอย่างเงี้ยเป็นฮีโร่อย่างเงี้ยไม่ใช่กู
Cry and I weep, yawn and I sleep.
ในชีวิตจริงกูไม่มีทางทำอย่างนี้แน่นอนปล่อยมันตายเป็นอดีละ มันก็ไม่ใช่คนดิบดีอะไรอยู่แล้วด้วย
What was that supposed to be?
You tell me. What am I?
ถึงคลอแล้วนะ
And I weep.
เลยมาแล้ว อันนี้คือ let's do this แล้วเลยเดินได้เหรอ
เออ
ยังไงเนี่ย
ก็กำลังสำรวจอยู่
แล้วทำไมไม่ต้องตอบอ่ะ
ก็ตอบไปแล้วไง
ตอบว่า let's do this นี่นะ
เออ
แล้วมันเป็นการตอบ riddle ที่ถูกเหรอ
เปล่าก็คือมันบอกว่า riddle คือให้หาว่ามันคืออะไรไอ้คำถามนั่นแหละที่มันถามประโยคเมื่อกี้เนี้ย
คือให้ไปเดินหลูดตามพื้นอย่างเงี้ยเหรอ
เออ
multiple choice อย่างเงี้ยเหรอ
เออ ใช่ ให้ไปหาแล้วให้หาให้ทันด้วยนะ มันจะมีนาฬิกาทรายอยู่
You like it? Plenty more where it came from.
เทียนมั้ง
Just remember, you must find me before time runs out.
Monsters weren't part of the deal.
My world, my rules.
Cry and I weep, yawn and I sleep, smile and I too shall grin. Something that repeats all I do? Maybe an echo? Echo.
No dice. You can't possibly ogle an echo.
Children delight in me, elders take fright. Fair maids rejoice and spin, cry and I weep, yawn and I sleep, smile and I too shall
ความจริง
grin.
ปริศนาไม่ได้ยากเลยนะ ใช่ไหม
ดูเป็นกระจก
เออ ใช่แกก็ตอบถูกในเวลาไม่นานเช่นกัน อีกอย่างมันก็ใบ้อยู่แล้วว่าให้มาหาฉัน ซึ่งมันคือมาสเตอร์มิลเลอร์เพราะฉะนั้นจริงๆ ไม่ต้องฟังปริศนาด้วยซ้ำ
Geralt, save me! Don't leave me here! Help me!
Shani, hang on, I'm coming.
I can't believe you fell for that.
พอรู้ว่าเป็นกระจกฉันก็เลยบอกว่าโอเคมีบ้านอยู่ ต้องมีกระจกอยู่ในนั้นแน่นอน แต่แบบ รู้สึกไปผิดทาง
ไกลจัง
เออ ก็ไกลกว่าที่คิดนะ แต่แบบกูก็เริ่มมั่วละ
อะไรของแกวะ
คือมันไปผิดทางแล้วไงสำเนียกว่าต้องตายแน่นอนก็เลยเล่นมั่วละ ก็คือถ้ามาทางชานี้มันจะเสียเวลามาก
To be that easy, did you?
นี่คือวิ่งมาถึงบ้านละ
Point for me.
มัน จะมาอยู่ตื้นๆอะไรแถวนี้ได้ไงเล่า
I'll still get you.
So you say, yet I wait and wait and nothing. Care to wait?
Gotta be some mirror here you won't shatter.
Seek and ye shall find.
Wonder how you'll shatter a sheet of water.
ก็จะมาต่อยลากไม้ทำไมวะเมื่อกี้
เผื่อแบบมีทางลับเข้าไปอะไรอย่างงี้ฮัลโหล
ถ้าเผาลากไม้มันจะปลอดเชื้อได้ก็ต้องอยู่ห้องนอนอยู่แล้วมันอยู่ตามทางเดินง่ายๆ
Care to wager on it?
I'll still get you.
So you say, yet I wait and wait and nothing.
อันนี้คือยอมแล้ว
Game over.
ยอมแล้วคืออะไร
ก็คือมันหมดเวลาแล้วไงรู้ตัวว่าแบบตายแล้วรอบเนี้ยชัวร์
Find me before time runs out.
มันมีดาบของสำนักงูอยู่แถวๆนี้ด้วย เก็บได้เฉพาะที่นี่เท่านั้น อันนี้คือไฮม์นะครับ
ทำไมต้องข้ามด้วยวะ
What is it about swords that turns
ถ้ายังไม่
men
ฆ่า
into
ฉันก็เดินช้าเหมือนกัน
fools when they see one for the taking?
เพื่อจะกระโดดไม่ได้ด้วย
Howls pouring rain, with their life hanging by a thread. Which reminds me, time is running out. Oh, awful. You're doing terribly. Remember, always give up. As I see it, you'll never find me.
Come on. Repeat the riddle.
To all things and men I appertain, and yet by some am shunned and disdained. Fondle and ogle me till you're insane, but no blow can harm me, cause me pain. Children delight in me, elders take fright. Fear
Mirror. So this is where you're hiding.
Come now. You didn't expect it to be that easy, did you?
ทำไมต้องไปหากระจกที่รู้อยู่แล้วว่ามันไม่ได้วะ
ก็เผื่อว่าจะแบบใช้ท่าอะไรบางอย่างทำให้แบบใช้การได้อะไรอย่างงี้ไง อันนี้จะลองปาระเบิดน้ำแข็งใส่
มึงไปตรงที่มันได้เลยได้ไหมกูไม่ได้สนใจว่าแต่แบบทดลองนั่นนี่นู่นอะไร
Care to wager on it?
คือก็รู้แหละว่าต้องหาน้ำแต่ว่ารอบแรกไม่รู้จะไปหาที่ไหน
Gotcha. Take a glass of water. Shenkonia momige. Ara. Svene. Amaranai. Assholes not full of verstoppers. Be gone. You've lost.
อะไรมันจะไม่บ่นขนาดนั้น
So, any better?
Yeah, thanks. Wine's revived me a bit.
This plonk could revive a corpse. An exquisitely rank vintage. You know what, though? It's good at last to taste something real. So, have at it. Tell me what the blazes just happened. Your brand's gone. Guessing that's a good sign?
First off, you tell me what it's like to have a heart of stone.
It's wonderful at the start. You feel no fear, no angst, but also no concern, no care for anyone, not even those you loved. And gradually, you lose them. Well, you know how it ended.
What about your senses? Taste, smell?
All there. At first, I savoured the world like never before. It was stronger, more clear.
How's that possible?
I did not wish for a heart of stone. That was a mere side effect. I wished to win back Iris's hand and have my fortune restored. And then to live like there was no tomorrow. And thus I lived until I ceased to feel anything at all. What a joy to be done with it. Because I am done, right? Will you tell me what happened?
O'Dim decided to have some fun at my expense. Devised a game I was supposed to lose. Seems he'd forgotten the training you put me through in doing the undoable.
So only to protect myself. In doing so, I put you in harm's way. Forgive me.
Well, don't have to worry about him anymore. You're safe and free.
I thank you. Though I've no notion what to do with this freedom now. Mira took everything. Everything I loved. All I held dear.
Not true. Got your heart back.
A bitter victory. Now at last I sense how much I've lost. I've a heart again. Yet all it feels is grief, sadness, and defeat. My life is a ruin.
You've handled tougher situations. You'll figure this one out. Got a company of faithful comrades waiting. Got a home, your fortune.
No. I cannot live as I did before.
So what'll you do?
I don't know. But one thing's clear. It's time I took fate into my own hands. Lived life anew. And truly, this time.
Sounds like a plan.
I'll never forget what you did for me, Witcher. I have something for you.
Can't accept this.
You can, and must. This sabre's been in my family for generations. Even when I'd lost all else, it remained at my side. Means a great deal to me.
All the more reason why I can't take it.
Do me the honor. This'll mark the start of my new life. And such a weapon could be right useful to you.
Thank you.
Ow.
What?
Sorry.
ดาบชื่อไอริส
You needn't be. I thank you again, Geralt. And good luck on the path.
Good luck to you too.
เกลียดความจะคุยกับใครต้องมองต่ำหาเขาทุกคนเลย
ไอเนี้ยเหรอ
คาแรคเตอร์นี้เนี่ยแกเราก็เป็นบ่อย
ฉันไม่ได้อยู่รอดูวันนี้เพราะเห็นว่ามันขึ้นต้นเหมือนกับฉากจบปกติ ดาบเมื่อกี้เป็นดาบสตีลซอสเอาไว้ฆ่าคน แต่ว่าฉันไม่ได้อยากได้ ฉันอยากได้ของจากอันนี้มากกว่า ฉันก็เลยตัดสินใจให้มันตาย เพื่อเห็นแก่ผลประโยชน์ของไอเทมที่จะได้ล้วน
At last, it's over. We must meet again one day. Business with you is pure pleasure.
Gonna remove the brand.
Ah, right away. Done. Now, tell me what reward you've chosen.
Never want to go hungry again.
Sounds practical. And can be arranged.
What's this?
A horn of plenty. From this day forward, whenever you're hungry, reach in to find something to eat.
What now? Off to find another poor fool?
Haven't decided yet. But I do know if I ever have trouble collecting a debt, I shall turn to a witcher.
ๆ เพลงประจำตัวมันนั้นเนี่ย ตอนอยู่ในเขาวงกฏก็เป็นเพลงนี้ พอเผยร่างจริงแล้วบอกว่าดูแก้มตอบกว่าปกติเนาะ จบ อันนี้คือที่คุยกับอัศวินเมื่อกี้นี้ นี่คืออัศวินที่โดนสัตว์ประหลาดยำในงานประลองแล้วเราช่วยเอาไว้ ตอนนี้มันบอกว่าเมียไอ้แฟนผู้หญิงที่มันจีบอยู่ท่าทางแปลกๆ ฉันสันนิษฐานว่านางเป็นบุกซ่า แบบอยู่ๆก็แบบกรีดร้องเสียงแปลกๆ แล้วก็แบบชอบหายตัวไปตอนกลางคืนอะไรประมาณอย่างเงี้ย ฉันไม่เอาวันนี้หรอกแม่งต้องเล่นนานอย่างเงี้ยปล่อยมันไปก่อน เผลอๆต้องไปรีสกิลมาใหม่ด้วยแบบให้แบบยิงธนูกดยิงธนูแล้วมันสโลโมชั่นให้ด้วยอะไรเงี้ยได้ง่ายๆหน่อย ถ้าเลือกบอกว่าเร็วปานสายลมอะไรนั่นน่ะมันจะทำให้ เวลาเราได้ของสวมใส่ม้ามาที่ทำให้ขี่ม้าแล้วศัตรูรอบๆจะสตันอะไรเงี้ยมันก็เห็นว่าไม่ค่อยมีประโยชน์เท่าไหร่ ส่วนเหล้าไม่มีวันหมดก็เฉยๆที่ยอดเยี่ยมอ่ะคืออาหารดีมากกว่า อาหารที่กดใช้ได้ไม่จำกัดเนี่ย แล้วก็มันเพิ่มพลัง40เนี่ยคือเยอะสุด อาหารปกติเพิ่มแค่10 ถึง 15เอง ถึงแม้อันนี้จะอยู่แค่5 วิแต่ว่ากูกดได้ไม่จำกัด กูจะไปสนทำไมว่ามันอยู่ได้แค่5 วิใช่ไหมกูกดไปเรื่อยๆนั่นแหละก็เลยเป็นของที่ดีที่สุดส่วนไอ้ดาบของผู้ชายนั่นน่ะไอ้เอาเกียรติอ่ะมันคือดาบที่ถ้าฟันหนักแล้วมันจะแรงเป็น2 เท่าคือเหมือนฟัน2 ทีแล้วก็ถ้าฟันไปเรื่อยๆอ่ะมันจะแบบเพิ่มพลังชาร์จของดาบแล้วดาบจะฟันออกมาเป็นพลังคลื่นอะไรเงี้ยยิ่งใหญ่มากแต่เราจะเสียพลังชีวิตซึ่งเนื่องจากไม่ได้เล่นสายดาบอยู่แล้วก็มันก็เบากว่าดาบที่มีอยู่ตอนนี้ก็เลยไม่เอาแล้วกันให้มันตายเป็นแต่ดีแล้วคือนัดกับแวมไพร์เพื่อนเราเอาไว้แต่ว่าเข้าไปไม่ได้ก็เลยต้องหาทางอ้อมเข้าไป
What now, you piece of filth?
ไม่อยากจะใช้เวทมนต์แต่ใช้ไม่ติด
Moors. Victuals aplenty around here.
ก็รู้แล้วมันก็ช่วยลดหน่อยสิ
กูอยู่ตั้งไกลอ่ะ
มันก็ต้องรอหน่อยฉันก็ลดทันทีไม่ไหวหรอก
Picking more eggs. Need to incinerate these to ash. Some stench.
ไอ้เมื่อกี้นี่คือรังไข่ของแวมไพร์เหรอ
จะเป็นแวมไพร์ได้ยังไงก็ของกิกิโมเนี่ย
กี้มันเสียงเดียวกันหมด
Something here. Where's that artifact Ciri gave me? Interesting.
อันนี้คือ expansion ชื่ออะไร
Blood and Wine
Agreed to meet a vampire at a cemetery. How much more cliche can you get?
Nothing comes readily to mind.
Could have left the door unlatched.
What of my privacy? I value it rather deeply. Unmolested, especially by unwanted guests, that's my preferred state. Besides, I knew you'd find a way to get in.
True enough. Need to find your friend. I'm hoping you'll agree to help.
I shall do whatever's in my power. Yet what you want or even need must matter little. What matters is what Dettlaff wants. If he does not wish to be found, you will not find him. Ever. End of story.
Come on. Gotta be some way.
Vampires can evade detection by the senses, and no divination magic works on us. Even the most precise megascope would be useless.
And this? Could this help?
Wherever did you get that?
Off one of the beast's victims, found by a bend in the river. Body was chopped in pieces. 3 of those pieces were hands. And with the ring seemed the odd one out. Abruxa had taken an interest in it.
It's Dettlaff's hand, without a doubt. It will do splendidly.
Ring's pretty intriguing. Made of no metal I've ever seen. And the ornamentation.
It comes from our home, where we lived before the conjunction of spheres. It's actually mine. I received it from a dear old friend. You might call him a humanist. He saw us vampires as guests here, guests who owe their hosts, meaning you humans and the elder races, respect.
Respect? Meaning not to treat us like cattle to be slaughtered for food?
Precisely. And the reason why I in turn gave it to Dettlaff. To remind him of the ideals my old friend championed.
The hand. What do you plan to do with it?
You've heard of Kovinares' theory of tissue memory retention.
Rings a distant bell. Read about it in Alchemia Oblitera. There's a copy at Kaer Morhen, tattered, nearly disintegrated. But if memory serves, Kovinares never managed to prove it worked.
He did prove it, just never managed to publish his findings. He and I corresponded, you see, after we became friends. Thus, I know he completed his research and performed the first tests. It's complicated, so without delving into details, it is possible to use any piece of tissue to reconstruct what a whole body experienced.
How's it work? We need any special equipment?
We must brew a decoction which Kovinares gave a rather poetic name, resonance. Once imbibed, it sends one into a trance similar to that induced by narcotics. This triggers visions of events linked to strong emotions experienced by the tissue's owner. Picture it as dreaming a fragment of someone's life.
Any chance we might see what Dettlaff was doing just before he lost his hand?
Indeed. Though I also hope resonance will reveal the location of Dettlaff's hideout.
Can't you just summon Dettlaff? You're both hired vampires, there's gotta be a way.
If I'm to be entirely candid, there is indeed one. But believe me, we will be better off never availing ourselves of it. It is a last resort. Absolutely.
Last resort? The hell? Why?
There is a being who can summon Dettlaff. Possesses the authority, even the power, to force him to appear in a given place. But the very act of contacting this being, well, it's akin to walking a slack line extended over a chasm filled with molten lava. An exercise as perilous to me as it would be to you. A risk I'm unwilling to take. I beg you, let's do it my way. It will be both quicker and easier.
Kovinares spent half his life proving his theory. Wild guess. Making a dose of resonance won't be easy.
You guessed correctly. In addition to Detlav's tissue, we shall need a powerful occipital lobe stimulant, effectively a poison, to make one susceptible to visions.
Well, got a few ingredients to choose from. Unfortunately, all are pretty rare. There's Mamoon glands. The closest ones I know of are in Vizima. A spotted white saliva would also serve, but they were cold to extinction over a century ago. Could go with a kobold's eyes, but the creatures are sentient. Rather not gouge one's eyes out.
Given that we lack the time to sleuth this out ourselves, permit me to summon some help.
What was that?
A raven? Rather a common sight at this latitude. Very intelligent fowl. I asked him to look for the creatures you mentioned, him and his brethren. Perhaps they'll find one in the area, and I would hazard that a flock of ravens will spy any said creature faster than a solitary witcher would, with all due respect to your skills, my friend. It will take them some time, nonetheless, so perhaps you'd care for a snifter of mandrake.
Rarely say no to a snifter.
Sadly, this is but a weak infusion rather than a proper distillate.
Even better. I remember your mandrake hooch. Made people say things they'd have rather kept to themselves.
Now, what could Geralt of Rivia prefer to keep to himself?
So, think you've set a nice little trap for me? Sorry. Wanna get me to confess? Gonna have to try harder.
I love a challenge. In that case, my ears are cocked. What must I do?
How about you get the ball rolling? Reveal one of your secrets. Vampires, intriguing creatures, must lead fascinating lives.
Anything in particular interest you?
Curious what you did after you were reborn.
As I'm sure you can surmise, at first I was thoroughly absorbed with recovering. As it is, I've still not recovered completely. Yet I was so weak the first year that I could not stand nor move on my own. Detlav bore my weakness bravely, showed great patience. If not for him, I wouldn't be here, and I'd have regenerated far slower. Once I could at last stand unassisted, I set off for Bruges, for my one-time home of Dillingen. There I led the peaceful life of a rural healer and surgeon, enjoying my neighbours' respect and, in fact, constituting the exact opposite of the monstrous vampire the populace imagines.
Bruges, you say? Rebirth make you sentimental?
Perhaps a dash. But what of you? Where have you been? Ever find your Cirilla?
Back then, yeah. But we parted again soon after. And when the time was ripe, she came back. Defeated the Wild Hunt together.
Ooh. Seemed I certainly missed quite a bit while I was absent.
True enough. But it's a conversation we'll have another time. Need to know more about you now. Gotta ask you the big question. One everyone wonders about. What happens after death?
You wish me to tell you if the human belief in the gods is well founded? Well, that I do not know. We vampires differ exceedingly from you humans. Our matter, that of which we are composed, can exist without form. We require neither a heart, nor a brain, nor air to breathe.
But were you dead?
As humans understand death, yes.
Feel anything? Understand anything?
It's rather hard to explain. I felt something very unsettling. something I cannot even name, for I did no reasoning. Only after rebirth did I begin to understand that what I had felt was cold and unimaginable fear. If not for Dettlaff, I might have drowned in an eternity of icy terror.
Can't have been alive then. Sheesh, experience like that must be vicious.
Indeed, it's hard to compare to anything I know. Yet you are aware we don't see death as you do. The way you cling to life, we find it entirely peculiar. You are mortals, ergo it's a foregone conclusion. You will die. It's but a question of time. Thus, I often find myself wondering why you try so very hard. To die at 20 years, 40, even 100, what's the difference? They're all but the blink of an eye.
Depends on your point of view. Man who's got 1,000,000 crowns to spend can't possibly understand one who's only got 20.
Very true. One's outlook can indeed change much.
Got a new life, a new body. That'd give you a new start, blank slate.
Starting all anew is a very poor concept. What exactly do you mean?
Your blood addiction, say. Wondering if your body's the same, if it still remembers. Maybe if you drank now, you wouldn't get hooked.
All addictions are a form of slavery. Re-addiction's not a risk I'm willing to take, just to test a hypothesis about corporeal regeneration and whether propensities carry over.
Fair enough. Curiosity, that's all. Sorry.
Not to worry, Geralt. Curiosity is a natural reaction under the circumstances, apart from which I've always valued that trait in you.
Always fascinated me the way vampires can regenerate. A hand growing back is one thing, but Dettlaff recreating you out of a wet smear? Something else entirely.
A difficult and laborious process, but one that's possible, as my presence proves. But I've heard you too had quite the adventure. They say you lost your memory.
For a bit, but Triss helped me get it back. Actually pretty damn lucky I only had amnesia.
Yes, you humans are rather buggered in those terms. To strip you of life is, well, it's just plain easy. I've always pitied you in that regard. We vampires are much harder nuts to crack. If a member of another race kills one of us, we can be reborn with a living higher vampire's help. However, if one of our own strikes the deadly blow, death is permanent. There can be no rebirth. One of the chief reasons why vampires long ago swore never to fight one another.
All right, give you one question. What do you want to know?
One question to ask one as fascinating as you, Geralt. Cruel parsimony, I'd say, but I shall do my best to make it count. If you were to die and be reborn as I was, in your new life, would you choose to be a witcher?
See, Regis. Doubt I'd know how to be anything else.
Ever tried?
See, you're determined to get an answer, to find out if I like being a witcher. Just refuse to ask directly, as always. I like being on the path. I like picking up a lead, a trail. I like the tension right before a fight, and nothing gets my adrenaline flowing like battling a beast. Even gotten used to people treating me like a freak, an outcast. Yeah, not something I think about much, but I like being a witcher.
Thank you for being honest. Honesty is an attribute of the truly brave, and thus a privilege of the very few.
Still no sign of your winged friend. Sure it understood what you wanted?
Dead certain. Let's wait a bit longer. It'll return soon, don't doubt that for a moment. ever vigilant, even in his sleep. Quite vampire-like, in fact. Are you absolutely certain they don't administer a few of our genes during the trial of the grasses?
Appreciate the compliment. Got something for me?
You were right. No kobolds or mamoons for miles around.
Knew it.
Allow me to finish. You see, there's this spotted white. It haunts an abandoned residence in the Caraberta woods.
Impossible. My brethren hunted down every last spotted white before I was born.
Then it seems you must revise your knowledge of spotted whites. For somehow this one managed to survive your brethren's onslaught. It seems I know this home it haunts. Recall a tale about it. Locals believe the place cursed. Perhaps that's how the white survived, entirely unmolested.
Know anything else about this curse?
I don't recall much in particular. Really don't attach much importance to such things. It was mentioned to me as an anecdote, no more.
Come on, search your memory. Something, anything could be important.
I believe it had a relation to hunger, or, perhaps greed, rapacity. Someone was punished for something...
Textbook definition of a curse, pretty much.
Sorry, Geralt, I try not to clutter my mind with the details of every far-fetched tale I happen to hear. What are your thoughts?
A specimen of a species thought long extinct, and a curse. In one place. That a coincidence, or are they related?
Ah, professional curiosity. Personally, I've nothing against you delving into this dilemma, but please remember we need the white's saliva. Nothing beyond that.
Whites rarely appear in the woods, even less likely to find them in abandoned human homes. They inhabit remote wildernesses, old abandoned cemeteries.
What's your point?
This might not be a spotted white after all. Your little helper might have made a mistake.
I sincerely doubt it. Ravens are devilishly intelligent creatures, and they've highly developed observational skills.
What exactly did they observe?
The area around the estate. It's covered in spoons.
Spoons?
Yes, spare me the skeptical smile. I'm but the bearer of this news. Or perhaps this spotted white is a hoarder. Or the spoons are somehow related to the curse.
Let's do this. Start making your decoction while I go get some saliva from that white. Uses it in its brews.
Do you imagine the white will simply sell you some?
Worst case scenario, I'll bring you its salivary glands. They ought to do as well.
For a moment there I imagined you asking the white to spit into a vial. Quite amusing as a thought, but the salivary glands will do fine indeed.
So, see you later.
Yes, till later. I shall start by perusing some tomes.
Tomes? Thought you were gonna make this decoction.
We require one last ingredient. Alas, obtaining it could prove a trifle toilsome. Thus I hope to identify a suitable alternative.
All right. Good luck.
And to you, my friend.
อ๋อแบบนี้
Here is the hero we can afford.
I do what they pay me. Hey now!
Aim to hop on a horse after making merry. So nice to see you.
Show me weight. Should be going.
Keep calm. Start no roars.
Unbelievable.
Welcome,
You seek something? I've got it.
My... So...
Jewel-encrusted galligaskins. The latest break.
Our guests. Never a good omen. Regis' raven wasn't lying. Spoons all over the place. Some kind of rhythm, a message, trying to tell me something. None shall sit and dine with you at your table. No spoon you have shall sate you. Never again shall you wish to spy your reflection in the mirror. Sounds like a curse, all right. Somebody's clearly obsessed. Regis mentioned the place might be cursed. Can't be a coincidence. Need to look around. The pigsty. Need to search it thoroughly. Find a way to collect some white saliva. Girl realized she was changing into a monster, recorded it in her diary. Poignant. Spoon's incredible. The craftsmanship must have graced a rich man's table. Smashed mirror, as if someone couldn't stand to look at themselves. The monster. Journal's author, maybe? White's obsessed. A real collector. Thoroughbred. No spoon you have shall sate you. Whatever lives here treated that literally. Still searching for the right spoon. Spoon. Pretty ordinary. Maybe a little old. Skeletons. Doubt they came here willingly. This have anything to do with the curse? None shall sit and dine with you at your table. It'd make sense. No claw or fang marks. Probably choked to death. Woman's name scratched into this wooden spoon. Romantic. Broken neck, indentation in the skull's lateral surface, smacked in the head with something heavy. Right arm bit right off, teeth all knocked out. Somebody tried to force feed him. None shall sit and dine with you at your table. No spoon you have shall sate you. Never again shall you wish to spy your reflection in the mirror. The bears a description. White's a true collector. Actually does seem like a White's lair. Bit atypical, but still. Cauldron should be somewhere around here. Another spoon. Yep, just as normal as the last one. White's obsessed. A real collector. Thoroughbred. Cauldron I was looking for. White's not particularly tidy. Spoon, pretty ordinary, maybe a little old. Table's set. White, who lives here, is getting ready for some sort of feast. White that lives here, definitely afflicted by a curse, and it's been trying desperately to lift it. Thousands of them here. White's been a collector for years. Another spoon. Yep, just as normal as the last one. Cauldron's empty, unfortunately. We just need some brew. Afraid he won't get that. No choice but to hide and wait for the saliva glands and their bearer. Need a spot that'll let me observe the cauldron. I'm not gonna hurt you. Wanna help? I've seen the words of the curse on the walls. Think I know how to lift it. You tried to bring folk here, convince them to sit at the table with you, right? Well, I'm gonna be your guest now. Your willing guest. Just need a bit for Regis. And now we'll tend to you. Need to get this right. Words of the curse were, none shall sit and dine with you at your table. No spoon you have shall say to you, never again shall you wish to spy your reflection in the mirror. Been searching for the right spoon for years, right? The curses can be tricky. Key to this one just might be that you can't eat with your own spoon. That's why we've swapped. This isn't right. I missed something? Listen, gonna stand up real slow. Gotta search the house again. Sit tight, I'll be right back. Calm down. Damn it, didn't work. Ate that vile stuff for nothing. Got the brew for Regis at least. Can't do anything for the white though. Just have to cut it down. Seems I'll have to kill the white in its own junkie. Regis will get what he wants, though. There is that. Searching for the collector for years. Another spoon. Yep, just as normal as the last one. White's obsessed. Real collector. Thoroughbred. Spoon. Pretty ordinary. Maybe a little old. Another spoon. Yep, just as normal as the last one. Table set. White, who lives here, is getting ready for some sort of feast. Cauldron's empty, unfortunately. We just need some brew. Afraid he won't get that. No choice but to hide and wait for the saliva glands and their bearer. Need a spot that'll let me observe the cauldron. Need to get this right. Words of the curse were, none shall sit and dine with you at your table. No spoon you have shall sate you. Never again shall you wish to spy your reflection in the mirror. This isn't right. I missed something? Listen, gonna stand up real slow. Gotta search the house again. Sit tight, I'll be right back. Cauldron's empty, unfortunately. We just need some brew. Afraid he won't get that. No choice but to hide and wait for the saliva glands and their bearer. Need a spot that'll let me observe the cauldron. We can't use spoons. No, that won't work. You've been looking for a spoon that would feed you, but there's no such spoon. We need to eat without spoons. Open your eyes. You need to see your likeness. expected. Need to see what happened to the white. Won't be hard to find given its stench. Damn, you're ugly. Easy. Not gonna hurt you.
Eat. I must eat.
I'll take you someplace safe. So I took her by the hand and led her here. Seemed the only sensible place for her.
You did the right thing, sir. She should recover quickly here. Don't worry, sir. I shall see to everything. She is safe here and in good hands. She'll soon be back on her feet.
Might actually take a while. She hadn't eaten anything in over 100 years when I found her.
Horrid. Whatever brought this about?
It's all over. That's what matters. Let's now focus on taking care of Marlena.
Naturally. I shall see to it.
Asked about our guest earlier. Sorry, I was busy with my hunt. Didn't have time to answer.
When one gazes at that unfortunate creature, the question, whatever happened here, asks itself.
Her name's Marlena. She was once the very beautiful and proud heiress to the Trastamara estate. One evening, when she was holding a banquet for friends, a beggar came to her gate seeking alms. He had a bowl and a spoon with him. He sat outside her fence and waited.
I've heard of the custom. An ancient rite of hospitality that obliges one to give food and drink to such a guest lest he depart hungry. To neglect the custom is to bring great misfortune down upon oneself.
Marlena didn't care a whit for the old customs. She drove the man off, saying she'd rather feed the leftovers from her feast to her dogs than to give the beggar anything. The beggar then broke his spoon, cast a curse. She was beautiful, so he said she'd never wish to look at herself in the mirror again. Since she adored feasts, he swore no one would ever wish to sit and dine with her. And as she even refused him the crumbs from her table, he swore she'd never find a spoon in the world that would sate her hunger.
A harsh punishment. I imagine lifting the curse was hardly simple.
Curses are tricky. They play on irony. Always gotta figure out what the catch is. Marlena had spent decades looking for a way to lift it. Transformed into a wight, she stole spoons and lured folk into her home, trying each time to get them to dine with her. Didn't work.
So what did?
Someone had to sit down and share a meal with her, of their own free will. They had to eat without using spoons, and make her look at her reflection.
That's it? That was all it required?
Simplest solutions are sometimes the last that come to mind. Besides, when you're a wight, it's pretty damn hard to find willing human company for a feast.
I imagine so. But, most importantly, it is now over. Please, don't worry. She will be in good hands here.
Thanks. Gotta get back to my business now. See you soon. No, that won't work. You've been looking for a spoon that would feed you.
I thank you. So tasty. Oh, so good.